What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Military Miler, a show dedicated to helping military members and their families travel more often and more comfortably. My name's Tusi, and today we're talking about the best three-card combo for military members and their spouses looking to make the most of their points and miles without the headache. But before we get started, be sure to hit the follow button, leave us a 5-star rating and a review wherever you are listening, and be sure to join our Military Milers Facebook group where we post all of the big news, changes, limited time offers in the points and miles world. You can ask questions, get answers in real time. And if you'd like to get the show notes in your inbox every single week, just go to militarytravelrewards.com/subscribe. You can also get in touch with me at podcast@militarytravelrewards.com or on Instagram at militarymiler, or you can just pose a question in the Facebook group and I'll respond there. And if you haven't listened to our Amex Platinum series yet, go back and listen to the first 10 episodes of the podcast, and then go to militarytravelrewards.com/guide to download the PDF guide I put together. It's a comprehensive cheat sheet for how to maximize your Platinum credits, and there's a checklist in there in order for you to mark off the benefits and the credits as you use them. And if you use the checklist and mark off all the credits and benefits as you go, then you're guaranteed to get the $1,500 or more in benefits and credits every year, which allows you to travel more often and more comfortably. And that's what we're all about here. So again, you can download that free Amex Platinum guide and checklist at militarytravelrewards.com/guide. All right, main topic today, the best three-card combo for points and miles. So Chase, American Express, Citi, Capital One, US Bank, all the major credit card issuers, they have multiple cards that work together, and it's a lot easier and generally a lot more lucrative if you have multiple cards with the same issuer instead of one card with everybody. If you've got a few points with Chase and then a few points with Amex and then a few points with Citi, those programs don't all link up together, and so you end up with not enough points in any of the programs, which then means that you can't really do anything with them. However, if you bank all your points or a lot of your points in one program, then you'll be able to utilize all those points that have all pooled together, and now you can talk about doing some really cool stuff. So today we're going to talk about the best three-card combo for earning tons of points and miles with the perfect balance of work and reward. Later on, we're going to talk about just a simple two-card combo and a couple different options of two-card combos. But I believe that for military members, this is the ultimate trifecta, which is foreshadowing because it is Chase Ultimate Rewards that we're looking at. But for a lot of people, the idea of having 25 credit cards sounds awful. For me, it's like super exciting and not enough. But for most people, that sounds awful. Most people prefer to only have a couple of credit cards. You know, maybe there was a good deal on an Amazon card right as you were going to check out and said you get $200 off if you open this Amazon card. So you go ahead and you open the card, or maybe your friend, they just got their Amex Platinum. They wanted some referral points, so they refer you to open the Amex Platinum so you can get into the airport lounges and whatnot. But that's usually it. But earning a bunch of credit card points, it does not have to be hard and it does not have to be complicated. And while you'll pretty much always earn the most points and miles through opening new cards and earning the welcome offers or the sign-up bonuses, that can seem like a lot of work to a lot of people, especially keeping track of all your cards. I mean, if you're like constantly opening cards every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, even just a couple times a year, over just a couple of years, you can end up with, 5, 10, 20 cards. And a lot of people don't want to keep track of that. But if you still want to earn a fat stash of points, but without spending the mental energy to keep track of new cards, then this is a pretty simple solution that is quite lucrative and can be tailored like just for you. Now, I will say that if you are interested in kind of going down the rabbit hole and starting to earn more points, open more cards and whatnot, there are a lot of really cool tools to make it so much easier. I really don't see it as that much of a headache to keep track of all the cards and whatnot, or at least the benefits and the rewards that we earn, the really nice hotel stays, the flights that we get for free, and the cool stuff that we get to do, that, being able to pay for family members to come visit us in Italy, using points and miles, like all of that is worth the energy and the time and the effort that we put into our points and miles. And it's also my favorite hobby. So I get a ton of energy and excitement out of planning and strategizing on what we're going to do, how we're going to get the elite status, how we're going to get the cards and all of that. And I know there are plenty of you out there just like me in that aspect. But I would say the majority of people I talk to about credit cards and points and miles, they really just want one or two cards that get them, the most benefits that they can do with just about no work. And so I think this is this trifecta here is kind of that solution. So Welcome to the Chase Ultimate Rewards Trifecta, the best 3 card combo for military members and families. With just 3 cards, you can earn about 3 to 5 points per dollar on virtually every category where you spend money. All your points are going to pool in the same place, and then you can transfer those points to fantastic travel partners through Chase, like Hyatt or United or Marriott. The welcome offers are also super easy to hit on these 3 cards, and you'll never have to pay foreign transaction fees with this strategy. And no matter where you go in the world, if they take credit cards, they'll take your cards because these are all Visa cards. So, what are the credit cards? Number one, numero uno is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. A lot of people say they have the Chase Sapphire card, but there are 3. So it's important to know which card you have. There's actually an old card that's just called the Chase Sapphire. It's no longer available to new applicants, but if for whatever reason you're super old and you have a Chase Sapphire card, like, cool. But there is the open to new applicants. There is a Chase Sapphire Preferred and a Chase Sapphire Reserve. The preferred is just a lower tier version of the reserve. And because military members and their spouses get the annual fees waived on these cards, you want the highest tier card in this category, which is the reserve. The preferred only has a $95 annual fee and doesn't come with quite as many benefits. And it's a great card for people outside of the military because the benefits are worth the $95 fee. Without doing too much work. The reserve has normally a $550 annual fee, but that gets waived for military members and their families. This is also a fantastic card for a lot of families to have if they're outside of the military, but it can be a little bit more work trying to really get that more than the $550 of benefit out of the card. So, so it may be a decision, whether or not you have one of these in your house if you're not in the military, but this is a show for military members and their spouses. And of course, we welcome anybody who wants to listen. But if you're active duty or the spouse of an active duty member, you want a reserve in your wallet. The primary benefits of the reserve are that you earn 3 points per dollar on all restaurants worldwide. And the fantastic part about this is it's a Visa card. It's a Visa Infinite card. So no matter where you go, they will take this card. Well, assuming they take credit cards at all. Unlike Amex, there is a huge case to be made for the Amex cards because there are some powerful hitters in the Amex world. But if they don't take Amex, it doesn't matter how many points you would have gotten on the transaction because they won't take it. Also, the reserve does not charge a foreign transaction fee. So no matter where you go in the world, you just pay in whatever the local currency is. They'll exchange it for dollars. You'll get charged in dollars, and then you don't have to pay a foreign transaction fee. Whereas several other cards will charge 3, sometimes even 5% per transaction in a foreign transaction fee. So this does not charge this. So if you are going overseas, this is the card to use, the Sapphire Reserve. The reserve also earns 3 points per dollar on travel, on all travel. So if you're taking a boat, you're taking a train, you're getting on a bus, you're taking the metro, the subway, flights, hotels, everything that codes for travel, you will earn 3 points per dollar. This is fantastic, especially if you're traveling, like when you're going overseas. Lots of big cities, like if you're stationed in, whether you're stationed in Europe or in the Pacific, a lot of big cities they have metros, buses, trains, and all of that. That's how you're gonna get around, or maybe you're doing taxis, Ubers, etc. You're gonna earn 3 points per dollar with your reserve, and so that's a fantastic deal. The reserve also comes with a Priority Pass account, so you'll get airport lounge access to all Priority Pass lounges, and they are also now building Sapphire Reserve lounges. I went to one of them. I think it was in JFK. I want to say it was in JFK, and it was really nice. You showed up and it was like ready to or made to order food. So like I ordered some burgers and fries, and it showed up. And not gonna lie, it was kind of like the burger did not look super appetizing. It just looked kind of like bland, but it was bomb. The patty was super juicy. Like the buns were like sweet. Like it was a good burger, and the fries were fantastic. So I might have ordered a second burger while I was there. But fantastic lounge. Really enjoyed it. Showers were great. Like great lounge. Really nice for traveling. The Chase Sapphire Reserve also comes with a $300 annual travel credit. This is a huge perk to the Sapphire Reserve, especially for military members. If you're not in the military, this just knocks off $300 off the annual fee, really is what it seems like. You pay $550 up front, and then you'll get $300 reimbursed later on for anything that codes as travel. So like it's really like a $250 annual fee. But if you're not in the military, but if you're in the military and you don't pay the annual fee, this is $300 in free travel every single year. And this is the primary reason my wife and I each have 3 Chase Sapphire reserves, because that means $300 each per card. So for us, that's $1,800 in travel every single year reimbursed because of the reserves. So fantastic benefit. And the really nice part about the $300 annual travel credit is that it's automatic. You don't have to click and roll anywhere on the site. You don't have to jump through any hoops to get reimbursed. It's just $300 that automatically gets reimbursed every single card member year. So not calendar year, but whenever you open the card, let's say you open the card right now in October, well then in next October, that $300 credit will reset, and now you'll start earning, the $300 in reimbursements. You can also redeem your points in the travel portal for 1.5 cents per point. This is really awesome. 1.5 cents per point is a great redemption for your Chase points. You can often do better than that, especially if you're transferring your points to Hyatt or to Hyatt or United. But 1.5 cents per point is a good value for your points. So definitely should not feel bad if you're using your points to pay for travel in the portal like this. And so what 1.5 cents per points means is that a $150 hotel room that you book through the Chase portal would cost you 10,000 points. If it was just 1 cent per point, 10,000 points would only get you a $100 room. So this is a nice use of those points. Additionally, the Chase Sapphire Reserve gives you the ability to transfer your points to partners like Hyatt, United, Marriott, IHG, and several others. Hyatt will often give you the most value for your points and consistently give you the most value, although there are some great cases to be made to use your Chase points for United transfers as well for flights. So for example, Hyatt being a really, really great redemption. I just booked a $125 room, but I booked it with 3,500 points. So that's like 3.5 cents per point, which is, more than double what you'd be doing just redeeming in the portal. So this can be a fantastic way to use your Hyatt points. We are always trying to get more Chase points so we can transfer them to Hyatt and use them on Hyatt stays. Additionally, the welcome offer on the Chase Sapphire Reserve is it's generally 60,000 points after you spend $4,000 in 3 months. And like I said, as a $550 annual fee that gets waived for active duty military, as well as Title 10 orders, Guard and Reserve members on Title 10 orders. So if you are stationed overseas, this should be your daily driver. Like, unless you've got like a super huge combination of all the different cards that you're going to use while you're overseas, like you should not be using your Amex cards for the most part while you're overseas, because everyone's not going to take them. Like, this is going to be your daily driver. Like, you need this card. If you have a Sapphire Preferred, like we talked about, if you have a Sapphire Preferred because, I don't know, it had a better sign-up bonus, or you just didn't know and you just got the Preferred instead, like, totally fine, like no shame. But if you've had it for more than a year, you can call Chase and you can upgrade it to a Reserve. If you're active duty military or a spouse, you should have the Reserve instead of the Preferred. The Preferred is, like I said before, it's just a lesser version of the Reserve. Some people open it because sometimes the Preferred will have a higher welcome offer than the Reserve. And so if that's you, awesome. Just wait until the card's a year old and then call Chase and upgrade it. But if your Preferred is more than 4 years old, so more than 48 months old, you can actually call Chase and have them downgrade the card to a Freedom Unlimited or a Freedom Flex, and then you can open a brand new Sapphire Reserve, and then you'd be eligible for the welcome offer on the Reserve. Chase has a rule that for the Sapphire cards, you can only earn the welcome offer every 48 months. So you would want to downgrade your really old Preferred, downgrade that, open a new Sapphire Reserve, and then later on you could actually upgrade your downgraded card. You can upgrade it to a Sapphire Reserve, and now you'd have 2 Sapphire Reserves. So the drawback to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, if it's such a great all-around card, like, why not just use that and anything else? Well, I mean, if that was the only card you used, you'd be winning, pretty much 80-90% of the time. But the drawback is that outside of dining and travel, it only earns 1 point per dollar. So that's where the second card steps in. The second card in the trifecta is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Freedom Unlimited gives you 1.5 points per dollar everywhere, unlimited, no cap for the rest of the year. Or for the entire year. You'll also earn 3 points per dollar at drugstores and 3 points per dollar at restaurants. So the restaurant earnings are actually the same as the Sapphire Reserve, but this just means that as long as you're eating out stateside, it doesn't matter which card you use. So less of a headache in remembering which card to use when you're going to dine out. The welcome offer is also usually 20,000 points after you spend $500 in 3 months. So this is a super easy welcome offer to get. Like $500 in 3 months, like anyone could do that. And it's 20,000 points, which can be worth a lot. The welcome so side note, the welcome offer is marketed as a $200 cash back award because the card is primarily targeted or seen as a cash back card. But all of your earnings on this card are in Chase Ultimate Rewards points that you could then redeem for cash back if you wanted to. However, if you have a Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can move your points from your Freedom Unlimited to your reserve. And then from your reserve, you can use those points to book travel in the portal or transfer those points to Hyatt or United to get outsized value. And note, if you and your spouse both have different Chase cards, you can pool all your points together into the same account. So, like my wife has cards, I have cards. Even though she has reserves and I have reserves too, like it's easier for us to pool all our points into my Chase account, and then I do the bookings through my account because I've been doing it longer, and so I'm a little bit faster, more adept at it, and I'm the one who gets really excited about finding the cool redemptions and whatnot. So I take care of using all of those points. So my wife just transfers her points to me. I transfer them all to one of my Sapphire reserves, and then I can use them to transfer to other partners. The drawback to the Freedom Unlimited is that without the Sapphire Reserve, you cannot transfer points to partners. If you just had your Freedom Unlimited, you would only be able to use those points for cashback. You would not be able to transfer them to Hyatt or Marriott or United or anybody. Also, the Freedom Unlimited does charge a foreign transaction fee of 3%. So this is not a card that you would want to be using while you're overseas. But that's exactly why you'd be partnering this Freedom Unlimited with your Sapphire Reserve to make a super powerful combo, because the weaknesses of each card are made up for by the strengths of the other card. Now, the third slot in this trifecta, it gives you the chance to earn a ton of Chase Ultimate Rewards points to kind of make up for if you're not going to be opening new cards every few months. That's the fastest way you're going to earn points. So you need another way to earn points fairly quickly on your regular spend. And so that's where this third slot kind of fills in that gap. But it's kind of a choose your own adventure. So it's kind of up to you how much work or how much effort you want to put into earning points. And so obviously if you're going to put in a little bit more work, you're going to earn more points overall, but it's up to you. So I'm going to make an argument for both cards, and then it's up to you to decide kind of what better fits your life, or you could just get both of them, and then all your bases are covered. So the first of these two different options, the two options are the Chase Freedom Flex or the Chase Inc. Business Cash. The Freedom Flex, I've been a long time fan of the Freedom Flex. Years ago, it used to just be called the Freedom Card, the Chase Freedom Card, which is what it was when I got it. But a couple of years ago, they relaunched the card. They relaunched it as a MasterCard instead of a Visa. And then they called it the Chase Freedom Flex instead, but it's exactly the same as the old Freedom Card. And if you have the old Freedom Card, you're still earning your 5x bonus points in all the categories and whatnot. It still works, it's active and whatnot. You just can't open it as a new account. So like the Freedom Unlimited, the Freedom Flex also comes with a 20,000 point welcome offer after spending $500 in 3 months. And it's also marketed as a cashback card, but you earn the points. You earn your benefits and rewards in points, which you could then use to redeem for cashback or transfer them to your reserve and then transfer them out or do what you will with them from your reserve. And like the Freedom Unlimited, the Flex earns 3 points per dollar on restaurants as well and at drugstores. But the power in the Freedom Flex, what sets it apart from the Unlimited, is from its rotating bonus categories. Every quarter, you can earn 5 points per dollar when you spend in certain bonus categories during that quarter, up to $1,500 spent. So this year, for example, 2024, in Q1, quarter one, from January to March, you were earning 5 points per dollar on grocery stores, fitness clubs, and gym memberships, self-care, and spa services. Q2, quarter two, in April through June, you were earning 5x on Amazon purchases, at hotels, and at restaurants. Then from July to September, it was 5x at gas stations, EV charging, select live entertainment, and movie theaters. And then from October to December, so from now to the end of the year, you're earning 5x at McDonald's, PayPal, pet shops, vet services, and select charities. Every year, the categories change slightly, and you actually don't know what the next categories are going to be until a couple weeks before the new quarter starts. But every year we see the same, we see a trend, we see commonalities in what the year previous was. You could actually go on the line and look at what all the Freedom Flex, excuse me, what all the Freedom Flex categories have been for the last several years. And you will see that gas stations are always on there at some point. Grocery stores are always on there. Amazon, PayPal, all of those categories are on there just about every year. And because, gas stations, grocery stores, Amazon, PayPal, these are such common categories for spending that it's extremely easy to hit the $1,500 max every quarter. So if you're earning 5x points on the $1,500 spend, you're earning 7,500 Chase points every quarter, which is 30,000 points every year, just in like simple earnings from making sure that you use this card at the gas station or on Amazon or at PayPal or grocery stores, etc. And something like if you don't think you're going to quite hit $1,500 spend in the grocery store spending, for example, like you could just front load. Let's say you're $200 short. You're like, oh, I'm not going to get the last $200. It's the end of the quarter. You could just get $200 in gift cards to the grocery store. Like get them in this quarter so that you get the points now, but then in the next quarter, just start using your gift cards in order to actually pay for your groceries as a way to kind of move that spending around to fit in one of these categories. Now, the drawback is you do have to activate the bonus every quarter. Like you have to go into the Chase app and click activate, but it's literally one button. You click activate and then it's done. And even a couple weeks before each quarter starts, Chase will email you saying, hey, here's what your new 5X category is going to be. Just click this button to activate it. You click it, it's activated, and you're done. So it is one step in the kind of in the process, but it's an easy step. So not really an issue. The Freedom Flex is a super easy way for you to earn 30,000 points with minimal effort every year. Now, if you are slightly more ambitious, you might be willing to do a little bit more work than just activating the bonus categories on the Flex. If it meant you could earn more, you could earn 5x on more categories and without a $1,500 quarterly limit. So if that's you, then you might want to consider the Chase Ink Business Cash instead. The Ink Cash comes with a welcome offer that varies throughout the year. And it varies a lot more often than the Flex does for sure. But right now, the welcome offer is for 75,000 points after a total of $6,000 spent in 6 months. So you have to spend $3,000 in the first 3 months to earn 35,000 points. And then you'll earn another 40,000 points after you spend a total of $6,000 in the first 6 months. It's a little bit convoluted, but that's how you get the 75,000 points. The Ink Cash also earns 2x at gas stations and restaurants. So you wouldn't use this at restaurants because your other cards are going to get you 3x, but your other cards aren't going to earn you 2x at gas stations. So this is the card you'd use at the gas station. The Ink Cash also, the power in the Ink Cash is that it earns 5x points on the first $25,000 spent at office supply stores and on internet, cable, and phone services each year. Now that may sound about as uninteresting as a commander's call, but everyone has internet and everyone has phone bills. And these are super easy, set it and forget it automatic bills that are quietly racking up points in the background. Like every $25 that you pay for your phone bill or for your internet, like that's 100 points right there, or 125 points really. Yeah, 125 points every time, and every month you're just racking up these points. It's a couple thousand points every year, and you're not doing anything for it. But the real gem is in the office supply stores. So besides selling paper and printers, Staples, Office Depot, they sell gift cards to every store under the sun, which means that wherever you shop, you could be earning 5x points via these gift cards. Now, you probably don't want to go to Staples every time you're going to go shopping, like to go get a gift card before you go shopping, but you could maybe stock up on gift cards at places that you go shopping quite frequently, like Amazon gift cards or Apple gift cards or like, I don't know, you shop at Nordstrom's or like wherever you're shopping, you can get these gift cards at Staples first. And if you shop there more frequently, maybe it's easier for you to just, buy a couple $100 in whatever gift card it is, and you get them from Staples or Office Depot, and that way you're going to earn your 5x on those purchases. It's also really nice for birthdays, holiday presents. It is the holiday season right now, just to get gift cards. And so you can go to a Staples or an Office Depot and get your gift cards there and earn your 5x points on that money. But one of the cool things about these gift card purchases is that you can also get Visa and MasterCard prepaid gift cards. So for gift cards like Chick-fil-A, Amazon, you're not going to have an activation fee. You pay $50 for the gift card, and the person gets $50 to that store. But for prepaid gift cards, which kind of act as like debit cards, you usually have to pay $5 to $7 in activation fees just to use the card. So a $50 Visa gift card might cost you $55.95 in order to get the card. So that's not exactly like a winning bet, unless you can get the prepaid gift cards when Staples or Office Depot is running a no activation fee sale or promo, which they do like nearly every single month, every year. So usually the stores will have limits on how many you can do per day, but you could stock up on, a couple $500 Visa prepaid gift cards and earn your 5x points right away, and then use those gift cards to pay for your regular spend after that. So obviously this could be a lot more work than the Freedom Flex. And maybe you're like, I don't want to use 4 $500 prepaid gift cards to pay for this $2,000, car repair or whatever it is that you're purchasing. Like, I can understand that. A lot of places will let you split purchases across several different gift cards. So it's usually not that big of a hassle, but I could understand the friction there and why you wouldn't want to do it. But I do know that there are some ambitious folks out there who want to play the game to its fullest, and this might just be the move for you. So that's why we kind of leave this third slot in the trifecta open to you as to how much work you want to put in to see how much of a reward you can get. Now, I will caveat this with the Inc. Business Cash is a business card, which means you have to have a business to open it. But what classifies as a business in the eyes of big banks issuing credit cards, it's a pretty liberal definition. So there's an extremely high likelihood you already have a business that is legitimate or qualifies you to open a credit card with a bank in the name of the business. So whether you sell stuff on Facebook or Facebook Marketplace, or you're starting a blog, or you're writing the next great American novel, as long as you have activity that you're doing that has the possibility or potential to someday make some money, it can qualify as a business. And there are no issues with that. We'll discuss how this works in a future episode and how to put yourself as a sole proprietorship and whatnot. But just know that you would most likely get approved for this card without having any formal LLC or a website or having generated any revenue or anything like that. You would most likely get approved for this card. And then one note, I guess, for this third slot. So whether you're looking at the Freedom Flex or the Inc. Business Cash, both of these cards are no annual fee cards, but they do charge foreign transaction fees. So neither of these cards would be cards you'd use overseas, but that's why you should get the Chase Sapphire Reserve first and foremost. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up in review. Our Chase Ultimate Rewards Trifecta. If you are to only get 3 cards at all, just anywhere, at any bank, if you're going to get 3 cards, what 3 cards should you get if you're a military member or the spouse of a military member? In my opinion here on the Military Miler, I would recommend you pursue the Chase Ultimate Rewards Trifecta. Those 3 cards are, first, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the perfect card for 3x points on travel, dining, lets you transfer points to partners, doesn't charge foreign transaction fees, gives you airport lounge access, $300 annual travel credit. Like, this is the moneymaker. Second is the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which gives you a baseline of 1.5 points everywhere, 3x at drugstores, and you can transfer your points to your reserve. And then third, either the Freedom Flex or the Inc. Business Cash. The Freedom Flex gives you 5x points on rotating categories like gas stations, grocery stores, PayPal, Amazon, and the Inc. Business Cash gives you 2x at gas stations, 5x on internet, phone bills, and at office supply stores. And office supply stores sell every gift card under the sun, which allows you to turn just about every store purchase into a 5x bonus category. So my question to you is, what are you going to do? So leave a comment. I would love to hear what your strategy is going to be to rack up a ton of points and miles, which would allow you to travel more often and more comfortably. Thanks for hanging out with me on the Military Miler today. If you'd like to get in touch with me, want advice on what your next card should be, or how to pursue the trifecta, I keep saying trifecta, the Chase Ultimate Rewards Trifecta, or if you have an argument to be made for a different 3-card combo that military members should be considering, go ahead and toss it in the Military Milers Facebook group. I'd love to see what you have to say. You can just post your question or your comment or your strategy in there, and I'll be happy to respond, as well as anyone else there in the group. You can also shoot me an email at podcast@militarytravelrewards.com or on Instagram at militarymiler. And if you and your spouse are interested in signing up for any of the Chase Trifecta cards, go to militarytravelrewards.com and use our affiliate link to support the show. It would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you guys on the next episode.